one team.
They'll be eating bacon and eggs.
They seem to be sleepwalking through the end of this season. They've lost 10 of 17, and of course we're talking Warriors. Suffered a 40-point loss to the Jazz last night. Steve Kerr said his team, quote, needs to get their minds right. He also a week ago said it doesn't seem like they care. I know he backtracked it, but we seem to think there's a switch for these guys, but are they maybe starting to be worried?
I think we need to give them the benefit of the doubt based on their reputation over the last few years. You know, they're a team that I feel like when healthy or with the guys they have that can turn it on. They can turn it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, when I in Boston in 2010, we won 50 games. We turned it on in the playoffs and got back to the finals. So I believe that they have that in that locker room. Maybe I'm a little concerned, but not overly concerned because they have the experience. They know how to flip that gear once playoff time.
Would you agree that 2 weeks ago you probably weren't concerned? Are you and now you're feeling
the only concern I'm having is how healthy will Curry be?
Right.
That's a big concern.
That's a big concern. But as far as their play, they have another level they can play, and they can flip the switch.
7 and 10 in the last 17 games is alarming for any team. Now, can they flip the switch? I'm sure they can. They got a lot of guys that know each other, know what it means, know what it takes. But without this guy that's on the screen right there, they're a different basketball team.
Clearly.
He opens up so many different lanes for everybody. He makes the game easy on everybody. And when he's not around, they're different. So in the first round, you don't want to limp in to that if you're the Warriors. You want to be playing well. You want to be confident.
But then another thing, you have a little concern because at the same time you say, look, we got 3 All-Stars on the court without Curry.
Right.
You know, there's no other team in basketball that says we still have 3 All-Stars without our most valuable player. And that's the one thing that could be concerning. But like I said, they have another switch in them. They've been there before. They know how to turn it on with playoffs.
Ding, ding, I'm glad you went there. Just think about what we said about Minnesota now. They have 2 All-Stars that may not make the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors have 3 All-Stars without Steph Curry. So I am somewhat concerned because one of those All-Stars really rely on him. That's Draymond Green. And what ends up happening in their pick-and-roll action, he's the secondary playmaker to knock down the 3, to dribble drive, throw lobs over the top, to throw at the shooters in either corner. People underestimate the fact that not only is he required to lock down the opposing team's best interior performer, but he also leads the team in rebounds and in assists. So when he's not performing at optimum level, it does slow down their offense. And so I'm looking to see if he's going to get going.
Is it possible that there is some of what Kerr said even last week that they don't care right now? Is that a possibility? I don't want you to play psychologist, but maybe.
Well, I've been there after winning the championship before, and the regular season is boring.
Especially,
it really is.
I agree
it's boring.
with you.
You look for that rush and that feel of playing in the finals again or playing just in the playoffs again when every possession counts and it means something. And the playoffs can be boring when they've had the success that they've had.
So we got 2 finals MVPs up here. I'm going to ask you, can they win the Western Conference if Steph is not 100%?
I think Steph is going to have to be at least 90. Like, he got to be at least 90 because Houston's playing too well.
I think so, too. I think so, too. But like Chauncey said, they're bored with the process. You know, you've dominated the regular season over the last 3 years. And now it's like, you know, we want to just get to the playoffs. We want to just play in the playoffs, you know. Enough said. I mean, they're bored with the process. I mean, when you go to the finals and you know you're pretty much a lock when healthy to probably get back to the finals, you get bored. So you try to find different ways to motivate yourself throughout the regular season, and it can be hard at times.
Well, if nothing else, for those of us who are merely fans, it's making it more interesting. I will say that. So for that, we're good.